40 weeks pregnant as a single mom of about to be 3, I often share the beauty and excitement that has come with this pregnancy because I truly do believe it's nothing but a blessing, and I refuse the idea that being a single mom should somehow lessen that as a blessing, lessen the joy and celebration that comes with it. But no matter who you are, the process of a pregnancy coming to an end, welcoming new life, and with welcoming that new life changing your entire life, inherently comes with a process of grief, with the need to process fears and anxieties, the what ifs, the knowing that it all really is changing. And single motherhood definitely adds a layer to that, another layer of anxiety and knowing that you are the one that has to figure it all out, knowing that these 3 little souls are depending solely on me. So my deep breathing meditation that morning brought forth a lot of different emotions, a lot of things to process, and truly that is okay. I allowed myself to feel it all, to accept the grief, the fear, with the excitement, the love, and the celebration. We are human after all. It does not have to come as one piece. The excitement for change inherently comes with the fear of change, and that is okay. I allow myself to process it all, knowing that it does not somehow make me less grateful, knowing that it does not somehow make me less happy to be mama to number 3. I think we often make our feelings mean too much, and because we think they mean more than just the actual energetic movement in our bodies, the processing of the emotion that inherently comes with the positive emotions, we try to suppress them and not allow them to be felt, but they need to be felt. Our body does not want to store them, waiting for the moment that we allow it to finally come to the surface. It is so much harder to be present when we don't allow ourselves these moments to process. And this day was definitely a day of processing for me. I could feel a shift in my hormones and in my body, preparing for baby number 3. I often hear it talked about maiden to mother and what a big transition it is, which is true, but it has somehow felt just as significant with each new child that I've brought to this earth. They have each brought their own big shift in my life. They of course add their own personalities to the mix, but it's even more than that. They change my personality. They change my way of being in this world. From pregnancy to the birth, something deeply shifts. I'm not only growing them, I'm growing myself as well. And it happens so subtly, and then all of a sudden with the birth, and I find myself being a completely different person than before I had conceived them. Looking back to when I had my first daughter, it's clear to me that a big part of my struggle with postpartum was my resistance to this change that was begging to be had within me, and that had already taken place, but I struggled to acknowledge, to shift, to allow the change to be. We get so attached to these identities that we've created, that others have told us that we are, that when internal change happens, we often want to fight it, knowing that it will bring with it the grief, knowing that we have a lot to let go of. And truly letting go is not always easy. How simple it would be to just be one way all of our lives, to know what we know and that be enough. But even when we create the facade of a lack of change by creating routine and days that look similar to the previous one, nothing truly stays the same. And acknowledging the little changes, allowing the internal and external shifts to take place, finding a flow with those changes, releases that resistance, that fight that we feel, the feeling of struggle. This transition may be a big one. It may be filled with a lot of emotions, but I will not allow it to be a struggle. I will allow it to be a flow of transition.